Today I want to do a mini review of the 8BitDo 02 controller. You can see this is a very small controller here. Here's a Joy-Con for scale, and basically, as far as this goes, I mean, you've got a nice D-pad. You've got some nice face buttons here. These all feel good, but the shoulder buttons, they're a little bit clicky and kind of hard to hit because they're so thin. It's also a little bit hard to hold because it is so small. Indicator light down here, a spot for a lanyard. It's what it charges via a micro USB, which comes with this very small cable with it. And look on the back here, it works with, if that'll focus, you see it works with switch, has X input, D input, it works on Mac, keyboard, so you have a lot of options for connecting it to things. Mainly I got it to use with my phone to play a few games, but it doesn't really actually work with Mega Man X Dive specifically. I have troubles getting any controllers to work with that. So really the idea was to just put this in my pocket and play, and it would be a good phone controller, but that didn't work really. While the phone recognized it, the game just would not, and so I don't really have a use for this because I didn't have anything else to really play with it. So I tested it on some stuff on Nintendo Switch Online, like NES is okay, Super Nintendo, and as long as you don't have to use the shoulder buttons too much, like some of the Sega Genesis stuff and Super Nintendo stuff is okay. But other than that, it's really small. It's hard to hold on to it and everything, and it's one of those things where, if you're gonna use it with a Switch, I mean, your Switch is really big. You're gonna probably have it in a bag anyway, so you probably have enough room, or like a case or a bag or something, just have the Joy-Con with it instead of this. It doesn't take up necessarily tons more room. I mean, kind of, but the Switch itself is gonna take up even more. So I ended up spending $20 on this thing that doesn't really work that well for what I wanted it for. So that's kind of what I get for impulse buying, I guess. But, most of the reviews I've seen for this were really using it not as a controller, but as a remote for like slideshows and, flashcards and stuff like that. They weren't really looking at this as a actual video game controller. And I guess, if you want, you could spend $20 on a better controller for, mobile gaming or console gaming, or whatever your needs may be, or I guess if you really want something like this, I guess if you're looking to pose your action figures with a little controller, or just like a cute yellow decorative controller like this, there you go. But otherwise, this is there's not really much use for it aside from these really niche things, and it's, I don't know, I had to justify getting it at all, so here's a video about it, I guess. Don't buy it.